ASW family and friends. Happy Wednesday. This is another Motivational Wednesday. They're doing a little drilling outside my home studio here, so I apologize for any extra noise. It is a Motivational Wednesday, and my background right now is a kind of a dark forest, and I wanted to explain why I chose this background, because it's been about our word today is courage. All right, our word today is courage, and I chose this dark background kind of as a symbol to start class with, because about 3 years ago, in 2020, around this time, toward the end of March, is when we all shut down. When the pandemic was in full range, we shut down. We all had to start working from home, and it was very scary for a lot of us. We had no idea what was going to happen. The studio with so many events that happened, and I think it took a lot of courage to get through it, guys. We have to have courage. Courage means the ability to face something you're afraid of. And you guys did that, and that was so amazing. We faced our fears, we took a deep breath, and we did it anyway. And now, after these 3 years, look at us, guys. We not only redesigned the programs of the hybrid program, we can take lessons from home or in the studio, but you guys have made so much progress in all your skills as artists, your skills as actors, dancers, as musicians. And I see it every day, and when I'm in the studio, and that takes courage. It takes courage to come back to the studio after being at home, because it's a little bit scary. So now I have a big light behind us. We still don't know everything that's gonna happen, but I think it takes a lot of courage. So at the Removing Group today, we are going to celebrate courage with our Motivational Wednesday phrases. But before we do that, you know what we have to do? We have to do some moving and some grooving. I guess I'm gonna stop. That song called Happy Life from Upbeat Tempo Stories. First time I ever heard that song, so I had no idea what to expect. But in the way that part occurs too, just doing something, having no idea what to expect and doing it. So again, our word today is courage. And courage is the ability to do something or face something that you're afraid of. That's what courage is, that you're afraid, but you do it anyway. So all our phrases today are about courage. So as usual, we'll go to the phrase, talk about it, come back, shake it off. These phrases not only motivate us, but they also help with code reading skills. So let's go to the first phrase. Alright guys, here's the first one. Courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen. Brene Brown. That means not being afraid to be who we are. That's what that means. That's a form of courage. So again, say it a few times or repeat after me if you need to. Ready? Courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen. Good, let's try that again. Courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen. And guys, I hope you're saying these out loud. Alright, that's part of it. To hear your voice say them, to feel it inside. One more time. Courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen. Again, this is about not being afraid to be who you are, to be your wonderful, amazing selves. Okay, guys, good. Shake that out, and I hope you're saying these out loud. These are the affirmations that you say to yourself, to pump yourself up, to remind you how courageous you guys are. Let's go to the second one. Here we go, guys. Here's our next one from Muhammad Ali. He who is not courageous enough to take a risk will accomplish nothing in life. And that can be he or she, and if you want to say she, that's okay too. But what that means is, even the little things, everything we do, guys, is a bit of a risk, because we don't know how it will turn out, right? I mean, guys, if you told me 3 years ago I would know how to edit, like I know how to edit now, I would have said no way, right? And now I've learned how to edit. In fact, I even have a new editing system. But again, it doesn't have these big risks like, walking into a fire, guys. But it's just about, taking a risk, taking a chance, and not knowing how it might turn out. So, let's just try these, okay? He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. Good, let's try that again. He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. Good, and one more time. He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. Good guys, good, and that's just about not being afraid to try something. And you guys are so courageous because you guys just try, and I'm so proud of you. Alright, good, good. Let's shake that off. Take it in, really take these in. We're saying them out loud. We're motivating ourselves and doing our code reading at the same time. It's a 2 for class. Let's go to our third one. Okay, guys, here we go again. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is a little voice at the end of the day that says, I'll try again tomorrow. God, this is so beautiful because I think a lot of times we're trying to get everything right and perfect. And it doesn't have to be. Guys, everything we do, especially as artists, is a process, not a perfection. So let's try it again. Repeat after me if you need to, or say it a few times out loud if you don't. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the little voice at the end of the day that says, I'll try again tomorrow. Good, let's do that again. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the little voice at the end of the day that says, I'll try again tomorrow. Beautiful, guys. Really, really beautiful. Good job. Good, guys. Good. And now take another deep breath. Blow it out. Another deep breath. Blow it out. Good. Let's go to our fourth one, please. Okay, here we go. This is Nelson Mandela, the great late civil rights leader from South Africa. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the brave triumph over it. The brave man or woman it is not he who does not feel afraid, but he or she who conquers that fear. So what Nelson Mandela is saying is okay to be afraid. It's what you do with that fear. Alright? So let's try this, alright? And he or she, I'm gonna add a she, alright? I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man or woman is not he, she, or she who does not feel afraid, but he or she who conquers that fear. Good, let's try that again. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man or woman is not he or she who does not feel afraid, but he or she who conquers that fear. Let's say that one more time because it is so beautiful. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man or woman is not he or she who does not feel afraid, but he or she who conquers that fear. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful job. Good job, guys. Good job. Again, these are the messages. It's so important to remember to remind yourself every day how amazing you really are. Okay? Because a lot of we hear a lot of stuff, we may not always feel great about ourselves. I know I don't, but I know that I think an important tool for us as actors at this tool, we have our imagination, our voice, our physical movement, our emotions, but what we say to ourselves, our self-empowerment, our self-motivation is just as important. All right? And yes, you need validation from other people. And that's why I try to remind you guys how great you are, how beautiful you are. That's important, but you need to give those messages to yourself. Remind yourself how wonderful and amazing you are. That is why we do our Motivational Wednesdays. So we're in this beautiful light. We got the last 3 years. We're going forward. We have so much to celebrate. So let's end it the way we begin it, with a little bit more moving and grooving. This is something called Happy Life by Spreadsheet, I believe. And those little birds are like they're dancing in the forest. Alright guys, thank you for joining me. I will see you tomorrow in person. If you're on Thursday, not, I'll be back on Friday with another class. Love you guys.